Hello everyone, and welcome to today's movie analysis. Today, we're diving deep into a horror film that sparked heated discussions among critics and audiences alike upon its release this January, Wolfman, 2025. The Wolfman is a classic monster figure that has been reinterpreted on screen countless times. However, this new reboot by director Lee Hwanel and produced by Blumhouse Productions offers a fresh take on Universal's legendary werewolf IP. Starring Christopher Abbott, Julia Garner, and Sam Jaeger, the film tells the chilling story of a family that encounters a werewolf while staying at an old countryside home in Oregon. The father, Blake, fights to protect his wife and daughter but is tragically infected, slowly transforming into a terrifying creature himself. The film opens in the mountainous regions of Oregon in 1995, where a young Blake Lovell goes hunting in the woods with his strict father, Grady. They witness a mysterious humanoid creature lurking among the trees. Terrified, the father and son take refuge in a hunting cabin, narrowly escaping the beast. This haunting encounter leaves a lasting scar on Blake's childhood.
What was it, Dad?
Fast forward 30 years, and Blake is now a middle-aged man living with his wife, Charlotte, and their daughter, Kinsey, in bustling San Francisco. Outwardly, Blake appears to be an ordinary family man, but deep inside, the trauma of witnessing that creature as a child still lingers. His relationship with his workaholic wife has grown strained, and he shares a distant bond with his daughter. Adding to the tension, Blake has inherited his father's short temper, further complicating his marriage. One day, Blake unexpectedly receives his father's death certificate along with the deed to his childhood home. His long-missing father has now been legally declared dead. Hoping to settle his father's affairs and reconnect with his family, Blake suggests a trip to their old countryside house in Oregon. Charlotte is reluctant but ultimately agrees for the sake of their family. On the way to the old house, Blake was attacked by a mysterious creature, leaving deep claw marks on his arm. Assuming it was just a wild animal, he dismisses the incident at first. However, as the days pass, Blake starts experiencing alarming physical changes. His temper flares uncontrollably, his cravings for raw meat intensify, and he is plagued by nightmarish visions. Most disturbingly, his wounds heal at an unnatural speed, and his senses and physical strength become eerily heightened. Blake's condition deteriorates rapidly. His mind slips away, and his primal instincts take over. On one fateful night, he undergoes a horrific transformation into a werewolf. The most shocking revelation, however, is that Grady himself might have been a werewolf all along. His official death certificate could be nothing more than a cover-up for his monstrous fate. Charlotte realizes that the werewolf attack on their family was not a random event but rather a doomed inheritance of an ancient curse. Blake's transformation was inevitable, and now, she and Kinsey must fight to survive. In the film's climax, Blake's last shred of humanity surfaces as he battles against the primal werewolves that threaten his wife and daughter. Charlotte and Kinsey desperately try to escape in the chaos. The question remains, will Blake be able to conquer the curse and save his family, or is their fate already sealed? To find out, you'll have to watch the movie yourself. As a reboot, Wolfman, 2025, does not simply replicate the plot of the 1941 classic but instead makes bold innovations and subversions within its familiar framework. The film sets the story in a modern context and incorporates elements of family drama and psychological horror, attempting to delve deeper into thematic explorations beyond traditional werewolf horror. One of the film's greatest strengths is its masterful atmosphere. Director Lee Hwanel, known for crafting unsettling and claustrophobic tension in The Invisible Man, brings the same touch to Wolfman, 2025. The film's first half meticulously builds a sense of dread through the eerie countryside house, the darkened forests, and the chilling howls in the night, foreshadowing an impending terror. However, the werewolf's design in the film has been a point of contention. Some viewers feel that the creature's appearance resembles a low-budget Halloween costume rather than an intimidating monster, lacking the realism and horror factor seen even in the 1941 classic's practical effects. Additionally, the transformation sequences, often a highlight in werewolf films, are nearly absent, disappointing fans who expected a striking visual metamorphosis. On the other hand, some critics argue that this minimalist approach to the werewolf design was intentional. Instead of aiming for a flashy and cinematic monster, the film prioritizes the raw, savage, and inhuman aspects of the werewolf, evoking horror through suggestion rather than spectacle. After all, true terror often lies in the unknown and the unseen. Christopher Abbott delivers a competent performance as Blake, effectively portraying his gradual descent into madness. However, some critics feel that his portrayal of inner turmoil and anguish could have been more deeply explored. His emotional breakdowns, while present, never quite reached the level of raw intensity needed to fully immerse the audience in his suffering. Julia Garner, as Charlotte, is the standout performer in the film. She embodies a mother caught in an unimaginable nightmare, fighting with every ounce of strength to protect her child. Her resilience, determination, and vulnerability make her the emotional core of the story, elevating the film beyond mere creature horror. The screenplay is perhaps the most divisive aspect of Wolfman, 2025. The film attempts to explore grand themes such as family, curses, and the struggle between humanity and animalistic instincts. However, its execution falls somewhat short, leading to a fragmented and underdeveloped thematic focus. At its core, the movie revolves around family dynamics, using Blake's transformation as a metaphor for estrangement, trust issues, and inherited trauma. This is an ambitious angle, but the film barely scratches the surface of these themes, failing to provide a profound emotional impact. Additionally, the werewolf mythology in the film feels somewhat underwhelming. While the concept of the face of the wolf is introduced, it remains vague and lacks depth. The film does not offer a compelling backstory or a fresh take on the werewolf legend, making its supernatural elements feel undercooked. Another notable issue is the pacing of horror elements. While the first half builds suspense effectively, the latter half loses its grip. The moment the werewolf is fully revealed, the fear factor diminishes. The movie relies too heavily on predictable jump scares rather than psychological dread, reducing its overall impact. Wolfman, 2025, is a mixed bag. It succeeds in atmosphere and performances, particularly Julia Garner's gripping portrayal of Charlotte. However, it stumbles in storytelling and execution, failing to bring anything truly groundbreaking to the werewolf genre. If you're a fan of Lee Hwanell's work or enjoy werewolf films, it might be worth a watch. But if you're looking for a deeply unsettling horror film with rich lore and innovative storytelling, Wolfman, 2025, may leave you wanting more. Ultimately, it's a decent popcorn horror flick, entertaining but not revolutionary. That's it for today's breakdown of Wolfman, 2025. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.